How's it going, everybody? I'm Slavinatorski. Welcome to the channel. New viewers, welcome. I might get a few new viewers for this one. Old viewers, hopefully some of you at least enjoy this. The hobby bud, the collectibles bug has bitten me. So what that means is that I have something different to go over than my usual pew-pew content. So we're going to go over this that I ordered. Amazing shipping too. I was very surprised, but we'll go over all that later in the video. But this is the Steelbone H05 heavy firepower Mecha. Yes, it is a robot. But we'll go over all that in the video. As you see, I haven't unboxed it. I'm going to unbox it actually on the video, put it together and all that stuff. We'll go over like the articulation, the different accessories, things like that come with it. I've been a huge fan of robots since Godzilla, when I saw Mecha Godzilla. And Robocop, because I liked ED209. So, hopefully you guys enjoy this. Going along with this, it's kind of a cool thing. It's made by JoyToy. So, yeah, let's get into this. We'll switch the view so you quit looking at this, and I'm sure you're tired to see my face by now. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so you'll see here we have the Steelbone H05 Heavy Firepower Mecha, the gray type. I did get this from Slavinatorski. They are a great toy shop. If you haven't seen them before, check them out. It's FLYIMA.com. They actually have good prices, discount codes, the whole thing. Very fast shipping too. I got this within 2 to 3 days, so it's awesome. But let's take a look at the box. You'll see everything on here. See all the stuff going on in the background, my TV and stuff in the reflection. So let's go ahead and cut this open. Just be very careful because we don't want to cut more than just the plastic. I do have a tendency to cut things I shouldn't. I've cut myself on camera before here. Alright, so out of the box we go. And of course this is made by JoyToy. So this is the dark source stuff here. Alright, so let's take a look at the box again. Let me change the light a little. No, it's too washed out. Sorry, I've been having trouble trying to figure out my lighting lately. That's a little better. Ever since I got this new black backdrop, things are changed. So you see here, heavy firepower mecha. I'm going to change the zoom so you can actually see everything here. Sorry, I was looking at the quality of the video here. It seems a little off to me. So look up close, H05, PVC plastic, ages 17 and up. This is not made for kids. And there's another. It is 1:25 scale. It's from the Source series. And when you pop open the front here, you notice you get a nice picture, as well as a good view of the Mech himself. Let me get him in view. So very cool, very pretty. Give me 1 second to fiddle with this camera because I'm not liking the way this looks right now. Alright, I would say that is a little bit better now. Sorry, I had to fully clean the camera. Alright, so back into it here. You'll see the inside looks really cool. You see the Mech itself, picture of it there. But let's go ahead and pop this open. I'm going to try to do this without breaking it or tearing up the box too much. I am pretty bad about that. And I apologize for the noise. Alright, we're going to dump that out right there. Now we're going to... How's that new figure smell? If you're into figures, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So lift the top off here. Lift this off here. That's actually got a little bit of weight to it. Let me move the camera down ever so slightly. Alright, so I'm going to push this back for now. As you'll see here, we have some accessories, we have the figure itself, and we have the booklet.
which shows a couple different ways to mount this. So you can either have his hand on there, or you can have what looks like a big old Gauss cannon on there. So if you're going to use the Gauss cannon, it mounts like that, and it'll look that. That is a strong Mech Warrior vibe. I kind of like that. Shows all the different pieces, how they go together, how the arm gets put together, how the top of it up here, what is a little artillery piece for his head, how the armor goes on. And you'll see a lot of it's written in Chinese and in English. Really, really cool. And a parts list, but we're not here to read the instructions. I kind of geek out about that. We're here to look at the figure, so let's quit stalling, yeah? Let's get straight into the figure. Or should I say the mech? Something just fell down. What just fell down? Oh, my stupid sign. And here we go. So you'll see, not fully assembled just yet. So we got his feet here. We got his hands. And it looks like his head is not quite on. I'm guessing that little hole right there goes on top of that peg, so let's go ahead and do that. There's all sorts of cool little things with this. But let me, okay, so that comes out. That comes down, so that's the little pirate bay. Sorry, I get a little carried away exploring new things. So, that's the mech itself. That's his little head. Goes right there. And over here, we have these side accessories. They're taped down, so let me go ahead and get that tape peeled up. I ripped the tape as always. Sorry about that plastic noise. Alright, so here's your little guy. He's itty bitty. Let's see, he fits in the palm of my hand. So there's your little pilot with his accessories. We'll get into that in a minute. Here's the bread and butter right there. Look at that cannon. Seems like the barrels want to twist, but not quite. Let's see. It's the rest of the pieces. So that looks like the handle, the mount, different things like that. If you guys know me, you know I like to play with things and figure them all out. These are a little wiggly, so I'm wondering if they come off. Yep, yes they do. So that one comes out. That one comes out, so you can take his drum mags off. Let's look at the detail on that drum mag. Focus. Give me 1 second. There we go. That's a better focus, right? Kind of cool stuff. Better. Warning, danger. You get 2 of those. And just look at the detail on this Gauss cannon, or this Gatling gun. Really, really cool. You get another caution sticker. Let me see if the light on the camera makes a difference. Ooh, yes it does. Look at that. Lights it up nice and bright. There we go. So cool stuff. See, those barrels, they want to turn. I shouldn't force it though. Alright, let's put that down. So you get 2 of those. Here's the second one. Right there. Same thing, the barrels want to turn. Looks like you have kind of a mount up here. Then you have this piece, whatever this is. Looks like it comes apart somewhat. UNSC. Kind of cool. Alright, put that down, and this looks like his cannon that goes on his head. So let's get this plastic out of the way, and we'll focus on the figure. Alright, so let's start him off. Got all those little pieces here. Let's get his head off. I'm going to put his Gatling gun back together. There we go. Gatling gun for either side. Oop. There we go. Zoom out ever so slightly. It's actually a pretty big figure. I have to zoom out from my normal view just so you can see this whole thing. There's that and that. So, if we wanted to, we could mount one of the Gatling guns on here. And it looks like it goes in just with a peg hole. So, I'll do one Gatling gun in one hand so we can really see everything going on here. Alright, now on the back, looks like there's some thrusters on the back. Maybe. Yep, here they are. Alright, so let's look at the headpiece here. I want to go ahead and put this together. I know, it's real professional, right, how I'm doing this? Alright, so this whole little unit here comes apart. Looks like this little eyeball. I wanted to say it turns. Oh yeah, it's on a peg. See the little peg in there? So the little eyeball should turn. Or maybe they glued it. It's hard to tell. I don't want to force it. Get back to normal view so it's a better quality picture here. And let's look at the inside. Alright, so this little door comes up. That's cool. So we'll look at this. So the back of the gun grips onto that thing. So looks like that grips there. And then that comes up. Does this whole thing come up? I don't think that whole thing comes up. Oh, no, there it goes. That's going to. So that is supposed to grip right on that little thing there. So we got to rotate that up a bit. Place the little cannon piece on there. Sorry, I'm trying to read the instructions and do this at the same time, so it might be a little wonky. So that goes up just like that. Ooh, almost dropped my knife on myself. So that cannon attaches that way. It says pay attention to gray parts while plugging in. Alright. So then that comes back down on top. That will come back down and close. So you have his cannon headpiece here. And we have this little piece here. Looks like it connects to the front. So these little guys look like they're supposed to connect in here somehow. So these turn and connect in there or something. I know the instructions are a little weird because it's mostly pictures I'm reading here. Alright, so this guy goes in that peg hole. Let's go ahead and get that on there. There we go. That's on there now. So that will fit, flush, if I don't pop it off, that is. You see all the stuff here, it's kind of delicate and I'm pulling it all apart. So let me figure this out off camera and I'll be right back. Alright, it took me a minute, but I did figure this out. Let's see, yeah, we'll keep that light on, it looks better that way. So as you see, this piece, you kind of have to really jam the sides in there to get that to fit. But that's the front armor piece, looks just like the picture on the box. So that's looking good. And you'll notice a couple differences as far as the guns go. But first, well actually no, we'll come to the pilot later. So what I did here is on one side, you can actually take the gun off and put the hand on, just like that. It's very, very easy to do. So you can get that classic Mech Warrior look going on where he's just gunning everything down. On the other side, it looks exactly the same, right? But it's not. I actually have him holding it by the handle on this side. So that gives you an idea what's going on there. So, now that we've looked at this much, let's look at articulation. First on here, the barrel kind of moves a little. This piece goes up and down, so that's, I'm assuming, is the handle where he holds the Gatling gun, if I don't throw it on the ground. And when it's mounted, you can push it on that little pin there, holds it. This piece goes up and down. This little piece rotates back and forth. You kind of got to work it a little bit to loosen it up. These are super tight to begin with. I had to take some time to actually figure that out. That drum stays on there. Alright, so let's get onto him here. So you have these little shoulder armor pieces. Those flip up and down. You have these little thrusters on the back, come out, rotate, things like that. You have them on both sides. They do pop out. So you can put them there, you can put them back here, sort of. The hole's not quite as deep back here, but you can peg these things into pretty much anywhere. That being said, because of all the little holes everywhere, I just knocked the front off of them. You can also put the miniguns up on the side there. See his whole little front fell off? There's two little holes here that line up. They're not super secure, but they're good enough. And that gives you an idea there. You can put that there if you wanted to, or anywhere else. We're on his back, so let's go back to his back. The thrusters. You have these little armor pieces here that flap on the back. You have a little bit of movement on that piece. That's about it there. Back to the armor pieces on the side. On the front, this whole thing rocks open, and this opens up on top for you to put the pilot in. So you can actually get a good look in there into the cockpit, his little chair, everything like that. Let's close that up for now. We'll come back to that. I keep doing that. Everything's pegged in, so it's very easy to come apart, which that's kind of a good thing because it's less of a chance of you actually forcing it and breaking it. So that is actually not a bad thing at all. And you'll see the barrel here is hollowed out in the front, so if you had some flame effects or something like that, you could put that in there. We've already gone over the flaps. Let's go over the arms. We'll start with this arm. So the arms go, you hear they're on a ratchet, they go all the way around. They come up and back down. Of course, you have to be very careful. This armor piece, you can pull that out if you want to. So there's his little arm, comes up. You have a rotation on the bicep. It's a little robot hand. Kind of cool. Then here, you have a joint there and a joint there. So you have a double elbow joint, which makes it better to hold stuff. So again, arm comes all the way up. You can actually go a little bit backwards if you want. Or you can go forwards. It goes about that far forwards and about that far backwards. Of course, the armor's not on him, so if this armor was on while I was doing this, that would be a whole different story. So let's show you how far. You go about here with the armor on before you pop it off. See, everything kind of gets in the way a little bit, so it gives you an idea there. That's a very tight ratchet, and you kind of want that, so that's a good thing. So if you pose him, it'll stay in the right view. Let's see, his little hand here, it's on a ball joint, so it'll go all the way around. Rotates every which way you want it to. So very nice. And if you want to look at his hand, that's what I think is the cool about these figures, is their hands. So the thumb goes and it pops out very easily, so you know, be careful what I just did. Put that back in there. See how easy that is to do. There we go. And his fingers, they can separate out look like a claw hand if you want to. Each finger can individually bend at each knuckle. So, first knuckle, second knuckle, third knuckle. You can make a full fist. If you want to, you can grab things. You can make him do gestures, you can have him point at things. Very, very cool. Also, like I was showing earlier, you can make him grab onto things. So like this minigun grip here. Just want to get his fingers in between and actually grab onto it. Just like that. And there you go, he's holding it. So, pretty cool, very easy there. I like that. Yep, my Xbox is on in the background, if you couldn't tell. And his hand popped off. Everything on here comes off very, very easily. So, it's funny, the way these pop off, and the fact that it makes a fist. You ever seen that old movie Robo-Jocks? It's what initially got me in the mechs. Remember that one that would shoot his hand off and would punch the other one? That's what these remind me of, the way that they pop off. But I just love these little hands. The way that they grip, the way that they move. Like, that's an actual ball joint on that thumb. So, very cool stuff. And the fact you can just make it look really weird if you want to. Or you can make them be obscene, because you know I want to. So, you gotta have some fun with it, right? Put his hand back on. So, cool stuff there. Put his hand back down. Actually, no, let me get his hand out of the way. Same on this side. Arm comes out, but this is without the hand. So, same as the other side, but when you have the Gatling gun on there, you can do different stuff with it, angle it a bit. You just lose that ball joint from the hand. Instead, you have a swivel joint on there. So, pretty cool. Moving down to the legs. The legs come all the way up here. You can only go so far because see how the armor kind of catches there? They actually thought that well through. Then your armor comes down. You have a little flap here. Kind of covers the sides. Again, you're just seeing me pop this thing apart while I'm doing this because I don't exactly have the most gentle hands. I'll put it back together. There we go. So that little thing there. So the leg comes all the way out, down, comes forward about yay far. Every time I touch it, something's falling off of here. So it comes about that far before something pops off. Coming back. You got pretty good rotation on the back there. So that's nice. You have upper thigh swivel here. So very cool. Coming down, you have the joint right here. So that comes up, and it's also a double joint. So you can make it do that. You can have them stand fully tall if you wanted to. There's another little peg there. I wonder what that goes to. But you can have him stand all the way up. But it looks like he's more designed to have somewhat reverse ankles. Or reverse knees. Based off how this bends. Still getting used to it. Of course, you have the little armor flap here that moves. And the foot connects right here. So you can get full rotation. It will come off just like it did. Everything's on pegs here. So full rotation like that. The foot is also ratcheted. Kind of like that. Let me zoom out a little bit because I'm noticing I keep coming out of view. I'm sorry, guys. I will do better. This is my first mech review, so next one I will make sure to do better on that. His toe comes out. So you get a little rotation on the toe. That'll pop out of there, so if you prefer that look, I like to have the toes. Very cool. The other leg does exactly the same as that leg, so again, full ratchet. Foot comes off. Everything moves around like that. You can see I'm just knocking the pieces off as I do this. It's very delicate, so keep that in mind. It's probably a little bit more delicate than my clumsy hands can handle here. And of course the waist, you can make him back and forth, about that far. And he would rotate all the way around, but some of the armor's in the way. So that's pretty cool stuff there. And you'll notice his little side pieces fell off when I was doing all that. So I'll put those back on shortly. But now let's get into the pilot. So I'm going to zoom in for this part. And we're going to take a look at the pilot here. And I know this is taking a while. Everything I do tends to be a little bit long form because I take my time with it. So let me move the camera down and we'll focus on the pilot. Alright, so you get the pilot, that's the hand and everything there. You get what looks like a rifle, a submachine gun, a tiny, tiny pistol. I think that's a belt, helmet, and a med kit. So we'll look at the pilot himself. Super, super tiny. That gives you an idea there. He's got his belt on him. Itty bitty figure. Very, very tiny. I feel like I'm going to break this thing. So I'm going to be very gentle with it. Has his backpack, everything like that. So let's get into his accessories first. First off, you have this tiny little pistol. It's even hard to see the detail on that. I'm picking up more detail in my hand than you are the pistol. But itty bitty little pistol. But decent detail for it. And he has a holster on his side right here that the pistol goes into. It's supposed to go into. There we go. I just bent the pistol. Be gentle with it. I have a tendency to force things. And I knocked his holster down a little bit. But we'll get back with that. Little bitty submachine gun. Looks like an ACOG on top of it. Kind of cool looking. Looks like a one of those bullpupped AKs. Then you have this here. Kind of looks like a SBR pistol. That is the most detail on it. His med kit, which I like that it looks dirty. It's got a little airbrushing going on, or dry brushing it looks like. Very, very nice. And then this here is a belt, I think, of some sort. I guess that's a different belt in case you don't like the one he has. I'm not very certain what that is, but we'll move that out of the way. So let's look at him. Alright. So, pretty good for the face, considering how tiny it is. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to paint that very well. And yes, I know my thumbnails are horrible. I'll be cutting them after this video because they're bothering me. You have his scarf right here. I know some of these, the heads pop off pretty easy, but I don't really want to... It's so tiny, I don't want to hurt it. But there is some pretty good detail in the armor. You have his backpack, it's nice and weathered looking. So of course, his articulation, hand goes up to about there. Then goes all the way around. Deuce Ton 21, that was you coming online. I saw you. I know you're going to watch this video, so I had to shout it out. The arm also, at the elbow, goes around. You can get a full 90-degree angle. And his little wrist will also move. Back and forth, you can make it look, hey guys. You can make it rotate around, stuff like that. You can put his gun in the hand. So very cool. Of course, the other arm's going to do the same. Looks like he's got a nice center point swivel, side to side, back and forth. Same with his head, side to side, back and forth. Rotates, the scarf's kind of holding him up. If you look at his legs, his little tactical khaki pants and his armor plating on this side. So the legs go out to about that far. That would kill me to do that. One leg goes only that far back, so that's more realistic. Front leg goes up, kicks forward about that far. Won't go too much further because I'm not going to force it. Those little shotgun shells. So then his knee, you'll notice even for a figure this small, it's on a double hinge knee joint, so that's really good. So you can have him pull that knee all the way up, but it stops here because of that knee pad. His boots, he's also on a cylindrical joint there, a ball joint, so the foot goes all the way around, side to side, back and forth. Very cool. And I keep knocking everything down on this. If you can't tell, I'm not exactly the most graceful. So let's get him posed. There you go. Hold your gun, little buddy. There we go. It's kind of in his hand, right? It's good enough. Good enough for government work. So, cool stuff, right? Then, let's see, his helmet here, you'll see. Very good detail on the helmet. And that slips right on top. So he's got his little halo helmet. Very cool. That holster does not want to stay up there. There we go. It's like whenever you can't wear a leg drop holster without it attached to the belt. That's what happens. So cool stuff. Now, back up to the mech. Let's get back up here. And we'll move the mech forward. So, this part comes forward because you want to put him in there to pilot his mech. This part comes up. You want to pull that forward. And yeah, one little thing is the medkit actually has a little home in here. It actually fits right in there perfectly behind the seat. So it's kind of cool. So you put that in there, and then you get him sitting inside. I don't know if he'll fit with his backpack. That might be too much. Yeah, oops. The backpack is too much. So the backpack should come off. You're gonna fall down, aren't you? Alright, so does that backpack come off? Yes, it does. As you can tell, I like to twist things to loosen them up before I fully pop them out. I think it comes out. There we go. Yeah, it's just a very stubborn peg. Did I break that? No, I didn't break it. It looks like it was painted in there. Okay. So, then after that, place him inside. Pull his little gripper back. That is a very horrible hand pose he was doing there. There you go. Grab onto that. Look natural. Better. Alright, so you get him in there. Helmet on for safety. The front will go back, but the top goes down. That will close, squish him in. Go on, get in there. Actually, I think the helmet kind of deters the top from coming down. Alright, so then there's that. That closes backwards, like so. And now you've got him inside of his mech, piloting away. Whew, those ratchets are tough. And I think the arms come out too, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to risk that, so don't take my word for that. I don't know if the arms actually come out or not. But let me go ahead and clean up my mess here. We'll pose them up and then we'll get to the final thoughts in the video. Alright, we got him set to an acceptable pose. Went ahead and just put the other Gatling gun on his back up here. You can see it down there. And went ahead and took one hand off, put the Gatling gun on there. And I got him pointing for effect, so I thought that'd be kind of cool. Just because I like the little hands and I like making them point and do stuff. So, really, really cool. Really like this figure. It's really neat. So my final thoughts on it. It's very, very delicate. You saw just when I was working through it how little pieces pop off and fall down and things like that. So just be careful while you're messing with these and trying to pose them. All this stuff can pop off very easily, and most of this armor can pop off too, so if you wanted to, you can make him look naked. I kind of prefer the bulky look though, but yeah, we can make him point, we can make him kind of do all sorts of stuff. Make him kind of flex. I wasn't liking that stand, if you couldn't tell. There we go, make a fist. Let's get those hands out a little bit. Yep, I know, I like the hands a lot. I think they're pretty cool. That, and put that thumb in slightly, there we go. Makes him look like he's just pissed. Alright, anyways. Yeah, very, very delicate, so just be careful. I am half tempted to glue some pieces in so they don't come out, but I don't think I'm going to, just for the fact that I don't know these well enough. This is my first one, so I don't really know that much about them, but I am tempted to glue like the toes in, stuff like that, but I'm not going to. I just, it's a strong temptation. And one other thing is, it looks like this cannon is mountable on the Gatling gun up here, if you wanted to change that, but I'm not going to put that on there. He's an artillery mech, he's going to stay an artillery mech. But yeah, that's everything I've got for it. Again, very delicate. It does stand pretty well on its own, as you can see here. You just kind of put him and then squish him a little bit, and the legs will bend and hold his weight up for the most part. So pretty cool. I actually like this. This is really awesome. If you're a fan of Armored Core or Frontline, you're gonna like this. Or like I said, old school Robo Jocks things. If you like mechs in general, you're gonna absolutely love this mech, because I know I do. He's cool. He's got a nice gray finish to him. Feels really good in the hand. I like this guy. I'm pretty happy with him. This will be a good start to my collection of mechs, because I plan on getting more. But that's it for now. Tell me what you guys think about these. Do you have one of these? Are you planning on getting one? Because personally, I like this, and yeah, I kind of want to get more now, just to see how they all are, because this one was pretty easy for the most part to put together. I thought I was losing it, but it's my first one, so you know, the little armor on the front here was kind of weird to me. But I figured it out, and if I can, so can anyone else. But let me know what you think in the comments section. Do you like these? Do you think they're kind of cool? I know this is a little bit different than my usual content on here with pews, but technically it is still kind of pews, right? My favorite pew has always been a Gatling. But yeah, plus I do like collectibles and stuff like that in the channel too. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments section, and we'll have a discussion about this, talk about if there's any other of these JoyToys that you guys like. I really like these mechs. I'm definitely going to be getting more cool stuff. But yeah, and if you find any good prices or anything like that, let me know too. We can kind of use that as a forum to trade information. But that's all I have. I hope everyone out there has a great one. Enjoy it. Enjoy it while you can. Keep pushing forward. Keep working towards your goals. I'm doing it too. I've been pushing a little bit harder on things that I feel need to change. So never be afraid to ask for something that you feel should be given to you, like a promotion or a raise, things like that, or more respect somewhere. All those things, if you have to ask for it, then that tells you something right there, you know? So make sure you get it where you can, because life's too short to really not do that. Alright, I know. It's late. It is midnight. I'm finishing up this recording, so again, this is my first time recording some of the mechs, so you know, take it easy on me. Don't beat me up too bad. If you have any ideas of other things I can do with them, let me know in the comments section and I'll give it a try. But hope everyone out there has a great one. We'll talk to you again next time, and we'll see you in the next video, because I got more coming. Take it easy, guys. Oh, I almost forgot my normal spiel. I hope everyone out there has a... Stay safe, keep your family safe, don't give up on your goals, and remember to keep active, stay strong, and, like I said earlier, I'll talk to you again in the next video. Sorry, my brain is dead, it's midnight, I need to go to bed, and if you're watching this at midnight, you need to go to bed too. Alright, take it easy guys, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for stopping by.
If you're interested in learning more about the channel, feel free to follow me on my Instagram and Facebook social medias. Here you can find more about what's going on in my personal life as well as behind the scenes from the channel. If you are interested in the gaming content, I do stream to Twitch before I upload any of the gaming content to YouTube. And if you wanted to follow me on Twitter, any contests I enter, I put friends links in there so we can both get some bonus entries